Right, welcome to a brand new Sorare series. I've never had a guest on the channel. I've never had Quinny on the channel at least, and he is here today. So, well, introduce yourself, Quinny.
I am Quinny, and I can't believe this is my debut on the Simply Alex channel. That's baffling. As soon as
I
you
know.
said that there, I'm like, what? Really?
I've jumped on a load of streams of you, but I just never had a series that I could invite people in and just be confident with it and enjoy it. So I was like, this is the perfect thing I've been wanting to do for ages. So thanks for joining, and I'm going to explain what the series is, and then any questions, Quinny, like you can just essentially jump in and ask, because that's what the people at home will be thinking. The essence of this is kind of like a squad building challenge, right? You've got to build different teams under different requirements, and that's kind of the joy of that. Inside of that, there's going to be, monetary prizes for people that watch at home. I encourage you to comment below all the rest of it. So we'll be playing for an initial stake of 5 Sorare cards in terms of £5 worth of Sorare cards, and it will double every time I get beat, and then eventually we'll pay out to someone in the comments that's supporting the channel, enjoying it, and all the rest of it. And then we're looking at the different types of requirements. So it's called cap or no cap. The name is yet to be decided, but it's probably going to be called cap or no cap. And what that means is we're going to get a points cap, very much like we have in the new thresholds coming up. So we're learning to do that. We're going to see how we can, find players that are scored to expect to score above their projections, or at least hit their projections if your player is going to be absolutely awful. So we're going to have different, points caps: 200, 240, 280, 320, no cap, right? And then on top of that, you need to make it a little bit harder. And we're going to get different challenges between me and Quinny here. And I'm really into, whatever challenges you think would be interesting for the content, for the channel. Let me know down below. I've got one which I think Quinny will love. The other ones are very basic. I don't want to put them in boiling water too early. So we're going to start simple. So there's no challenge. 2 players from the same club. 3 players that have played together but don't currently. That's the fun one, Quinny. I think you'll like that. And then 4 players from the same nation. Oh, sorry, and 5 leagues, 5 different leagues. Pretty easy to do. You'll obviously be building a Sorare SO5 team, and we'll be competing in the next game week. A final point that we need to decide is that when Quinny reveals his team to me, he's got to keep a straight face, he's got to give me that poker face, and he's got to tell me one lie. If I can guess which player he's lying about, and vice versa, same for me, I get to take out that player and take a maximum of 5 points of his cap, and obviously he can't be injured because there's no fun in that. So yeah, Quinny, any questions so far?
It sounds great.
Sounds great. Okay, good. That's what we want to hear. The one little thing I forgot to say is that each guest gets to reject someone for the next week. So if they know they're building a player from 2 clubs, they could say, right, I don't want you to use Upamecano because I'm scared of the Bayern Munich stacks. Unfortunately, this is the first episode, so we don't have someone to do that. Starting with a spin then, this is going to determine how many points caps we get to use each. We're going to be on equal footing. It's a tough start, Quinny. It is 200 points cap between us. So Quinny, it's going to be a tough start. We have 200 points each on our cap. So the cap for the real game mode, is it 240?
This is a hardcore mode, but we're doing 200.
Exactly. Why? Because we're knowledgeable. We're the best knowledge of any Sorare content creators. Go subscribe to us both. You know that. So next up, we have the challenges then. Quinny, do you want to go first of the challenges, or do you want to get the second challenge?
I'll go for the second challenge.
Okay, this means the spins for me then. I would prefer no challenge. I want to beat Quinny. I'm a very competitive guy. Right. And it's landed on 4 players from the same nation. So that should be relatively simple in the long term. Nice Spain team, Brazil team, Argentina team for the World Cup. Anything like that would be good. But when you're competing on such a small points cap, it's going to get a little difficult. But anyway, let's put Quinny in the hot water now. His challenge is going to be... Wait for it to spin out. Fantastic, Quinny. The one I would want you to get. You get that footballing brain. It is 3 players that have played together but don't currently. You reckon you can do that?
Yeah. So all 3 of them played together. Not one played with one and one played with another. All 3 of them were together, yeah.
So in terms of the 3 players that played together, Quinny asked a good question there. They don't have to have played at the same time together. So I'm thinking you could have Suarez and Messi for their times at Barcelona, and Suarez and Fernando Torres for their times at Liverpool. Agreed?
Sure.
Game week 3-3-1, the clash of the Celtic fans. Quinny versus myself. I've got my team ready to explain to him. A points cap of 200. It was difficult. Definitely. Quinny, you want to hear my team?
Let's hear it.
And watch out for the lie, because deadly poker player. So in goal, one that you're going to like, Joe Hart of Celtic.
Okay, L15 is very good.
That is the exact reason I could fit him in. And we don't expect that to continue, do we? We're getting some clean sheets back, surely.
Hopefully, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, slotting at defence then, we have Jake Cooper. He plays for Millwall, and he's just a run-of-the-mill player, I'll be honest. But, the 45 average mixed with consistent playing, it says he's played 100% of the last 40. You don't see that often. No injuries, no subs. Yeah, 100%. So that's good. Moving on, Jack Cork. Now, Jack Cork, I believe, let me just check what team he plays. Plays against, not plays for. I'm panicking here. This isn't a lie. Right. He's playing Birmingham, which is a standard run-of-the-mill club again, but it's going to be a bit box-to-box. I think he plays CDM. Reasonable score. Right. And then we have the forward. And this one I think you'll really like. His name is Vacan Bio of Watford.
Yes.
Bio. Exactly. Yeah. Ex-Celtic. Wasn't good, but it's almost that like banterish, he comes off the bench for Watford. Watford are playing the forwards of Millwall, or the defender I've got of Millwall. So it's a bit like up in the air, but I'm thinking I'll be honest, I just needed to fit the points cap. It was really difficult. And then I found an absolute banger, right? So you'll notice I've got 3 English players, so I needed another one. And I also needed a low points cap. Who came up? Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey has a last 15 of 27 because he's always coming off the bench for Brighton. And yes, he'll probably do the same again. But an attacking wingback, all he needs is one decisive action and it's in. So that is my team on, 200 points on the dot.
Lamptey has a card?
Yeah. He has a... We said you couldn't use Nation Series cards.
I mean, he's got a picture. I was like, it must mean Brighton's coming. But then I see the picture and it's got the stripes on it.
And he's in the kit of Ghana, so he's not even English.
It's up to you. I'm happy to roll with it if you are.
I mean...
I just didn't know he had the cards. And then I went and checked it. It's like, it's just like Lamptey. When did he get one?
I think he's changed nationalities as well. So it wouldn't count for my...
Oh, yeah, he's getting in. It's not English.
Okay. Okay.
Take 2.
We haven't even thought of a penalty if you don't reach the requirement. But do you want to have a guess at who I'm lying about?
I'm going to say you're lying that Tariq Lamptey is English because he's not.
Yeah, because I can get Garden.
Was that the lie? Was that the actual lie?
Yeah, that was the lie. I didn't have Lamptey. That's how I didn't need to put him in the concept builder.
Fair enough.
Well, I've been found out on my own channel. So I think you can take 5 points off me for my real player. And let me pull up my real player. Tyler Burry of Millwall. So he's just a low player, low scoring average, but I think he starts most games now. And he's got an 87% chance of 87, played the last consistent one. So it's So I haven't broke the rules. I did do the rules. I just made it very obvious that I was lying because he's not the nationality that I needed. When did Lamptey change nationalities? Oh, good God. So well done, Quinny. We can decide who we get after because it'll be a little bit difficult, but, go tell me a little lie. Who's in your team?
Right, okay. So I've got to get 3 players that have played in the same team, but no longer play in that team, right?
Yes.
So I thought I'll try with the goalkeeper and make it easy, first of all. So I went with my goalkeeper I know. He's in my gallery. He's 36. He's Italian. He's the captain of his team. He goes by the name of Coronito on Sorare. It's Emiliano Viviano.
Yeah, expected. The super rare. Well,
he goes in. And then I noticed, as I kind of went through this, I could get a few other ex-Chelsea players. So I also went out then and picked out Patrick Van Aanholt and Michy Batshuayi. But then I had to get the plugs to fit in here to get under the points cap. So I ended up with...
We need to say where each player is playing if you've got them as well.
So. Yeah, okay. So I've got Viviano in goals. In defence, I've got Pape Djilabodji and Patrick Van Aanholt. In midfield, I've got Eden Viska, who I'm taking a return from injury risk with because his L15 is 0. He's not listed on Sorare data as being injured, and he has a power player midfielder for Trabzonspor when fit and available. So if he is back, then he could be killer. And Michy Batshuayi is the striker.
Where's Batshuayi playing?
Fenerbahce.
And where's Van Aanholt playing?
Van Aanholt is at Galatasaray.
Okay. Now, it's a very difficult one. There's a name in your defence, which I can't say, but you couldn't say, but it looked like you were reading. So if you lied about that, fair play, because that was good. Visca, you said you needed to fit a player in, which obviously I would believe with Visca coming back from injury, and he is an absolute killer. And I just, that would be the easiest place to lie about, because you could have just grabbed another player. But I think he's so good, and he's a risk. I'm going to let you have him. I'm going to guess that you went a bit ballsy and you lied about a player that is there playing for Chelsea, because he did play for Chelsea, so it'd be a good lie, and go no to Van Aanholt. That's the lie.
Oh, really good guess. And that was the lie, but it was not the player. I was lying about the goalkeeper. So he never played for Chelsea. I set you up from the beginning, buddy. So it was Papi Djilibadoji, Batshuayi and Van Aanholt, all ex-Chelsea.
Episode, I was like, there's no way someone's coming at me. I was going to ask when he played for Chelsea, but I was like, it's just so... You almost make yourself seem stupid, where it's like, I didn't know Viviano played for them, but all right, Chelsea's your club.
I was like, he's 36. I was painting the picture for you. It's been a long time ago. 36. So he's
buzzing. You didn't even lie at the fact he played for Chelsea in like 2005. You didn't even. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is great. I'm proud of that.
So I'm 1-0 up already. Buzzing.
Full compliment, yeah.
Now, I do have some DNP risk in this team, because Van Aanholt has an L15 of 57, but his L5 is 0. So there's a bit of risk, a bit of jeopardy with my team. Not confident I'm going to beat you on the leaderboard. If I get 2 DNPs, it's probably over.
That's all that matters, really. But I would also like to say I wanted to use a player very much. Matt O'Reilly was just not available anywhere. And then I realised he's also Danish now as well, not English.
Yeah.
It's like, it was a tough squad build. I might have to make that 220 points, that cap, because, even for experienced Sorare players, that took us a little while.
It did. I was actually, by the time I got halfway through it, by the time I'd got... So when I was actually going through this, obviously this will be edited out, so the people at home won't know this, but when we were going through picking the teams and stuff, I'd seen Papi Djilibadoji, and then when I seen... And I didn't pick him, because I was thinking about teams, players and whatever. I seen Batshuayi. I was like, oh, fantastic. I'm in. I've got 2 guys. Chelsea loan people out all over the world. So surely I can find another ex-Chelsea employee somewhere.
Who were your 3 Chelsea players then?
Papi Djilibadoji, Batshuayi and Van Aanholt.
Yeah, you gambled on the fact that I didn't know Papa Ditchy. Well, 2 gambles. I didn't know Papa did play for Chelsea, and that Viviano, whatever, didn't.
Yeah, that was a gamble.
I loved it. That is.
But then you picked Van Aanholt, which I thought you might have done as well if you thought that was a double bluff somehow, like, because he is a Prem player. We know him from the Prem. So I thought I had a few wee traps set up there.
I would say I thought you paused a bit on Van Aanholt as well. I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but I was like, if you're looking at who he's playing for, it's quite easy to see. So.
I'm more paused on that because I thought, is that what I was meant to lie about? Was who I actually picked rather than them fit the criteria? I actually got a bit worried there that I was lying about the wrong thing.
That's good. The only thing left to do is you put in someone you think is going to be an absolute rotter, but will play in my team. So we got rid of Tyler Burry, who was a 35. So you need any position that is 30 or more, really, 30 to 35, last 15. Ideally he's English, because then that fits my 4 English players, which I need. Sure. So an English player playing this game week, less than 35, greater than 30 points.
No position, it could be anyone.
No position, is an extra. So now we need to do the challenges for next week. So our next opponent knows what we're doing, and this week we can actually take out a player, and Quinny will get to pick. He doesn't get to play. So this week for me, I'll always go first since Quinny's decided that. That'll be a fun one. Oh, how boring. Right, 4 players from the same nation. Let's hope we can lie about someone that's actually at that nation this time. And this will be for the mystery guest on whenever the next episode is. So I like the idea that they leave something for the future. They can either be nice or mean or somewhere in between. Okay, fair enough. They are also going to have 4 players from the same nation. Now, Quinny, that doesn't leave you a lot to leave out. You don't know the cap, but any player on Sorare that you don't want someone using for next game week or for the next time we do the series, who do you not want them to pick?
Joe Hart.
Perfect. I love that. So next time this series comes on, remember, neither of us can use Joe Hart.
So the player I've got for you, Alex, that is going to fit your 4 Englishman criteria, fits your L15, yada yada. Quite surprised to see this guy's name come up in the player search results. It's none other than everyone's favourite Dele, and that is Dele Alli, who is now finding himself at Besiktas. His limiteds currently go for 0.007 Ethereum, which is probably a packet of crisps or something. And Besiktas are away to one of the teams that they should be beaten. I'm not sure if Dele Alli is going to help you much this game week. So I'm not sure he's ripping up trees in Turkey, but he seems to be featuring and he fits the criteria.
That is a great one. Fans will love that at home, and I absolutely hate it because not that I've been tracking Dele Alli, but I know he's already fallen out with the manager. I know he's fallen out with the owner, and I know he's not been playing much. So. Okay, so I have no idea what's going to go on here. He's a sub last game, unused. Before that, he played 45 minutes at Cam. I love Cams on Sorare, creating chances, but with an AA of negative 0.1, probably isn't creating too many chances. And then 53 minutes, 67 minutes, 75, and then more DMP. So I look forward to watching Dele Alli. Hope he's the old, 20-year-old Dele Alli I'll take. But yeah, Quinny, that is a fantastic guest and a fantastic replacement. So well done to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And look forward to seeing you on the deck, knocked out for 10 at the end of the game week.
Battle of the Celts. I have to, noise you up once my players are 5 up or something. All right, let me know down below who you'll be supporting for this game week battle, who's going to win the Battle of the Celts, and of course, please go and subscribe to both channels. We put out some of the best Sorare content there is, nay, the best Sorare content there is. And all the best to you. Cheers.